Yeah. It's very interesting using like the comparison of a job in art, right? Because a lot of people make the distinction between the two. Like art is not work or whatnot. Like art is me time while work is their time or whatnot. And I think it's interesting as creators like yourself who financially gain from their art or whatnot. Do you feel that financially gaining from your art has changed your look on it at all, or if you found it just to be mostly the same because you've been able to keep seeing it as something that's just fun to do or whatnot?
Yeah, for me, it's something that's just still fun to do. If anything, any sort of financial gain, no matter how little or big it is just a bonus to me, because the way I've always kind of viewed content creation or just making music in general is just it's always something that I've done for fun. Any attempt that I've made to try and make it my main gig has never worked out, because as soon as it just becomes, like my main focus and like my main job, the amount of stress that I get, it just increases tenfold, because now I'm not just creating for fun. It's like I have to create to survive, and that changes the content that I have to make, which in turn makes it into something that's not fun to do. So
and if it's not fun to do, it's not fun to watch for you either, and if you're not enjoying looking at your own content, then might be something wrong with the content. So
the few times I've even remotely thought of that, or even like said to other creators or like announced on Twitter, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this content creation thing like full time, I've always ditched it like a week after, being like, this is a terrible idea. I'm just gonna backtrack.
So do you see a future where you're entirely financially dependent on your art, or do you feel like it's just best for you to keep it kind of at the level that it is? I know that's kind of a tough question, but
yeah, for me personally, it's like, if it just continues at the same level where I'm at right now, I'm perfectly fine with it, because ultimately that's what I can control. Right. I can't control if I suddenly, an audience appears out of nowhere and I get all this like monetary gain from that. But I can't expect that to happen either. Like, that's just like no way to create with the expectation that you're going to have an audience. But if it does happen, then it's just like, sure, I'll just ride that wave if it does come, but I'm not going to sit out there and wait for it.
Absolutely. I think it's an excellent mindset to have, because there's only so many things in life you can control. But there's reason behind that saying, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. You see what you got, and then you just control what you can control. And then, life is what you make it. You do what you can do, and then whatever happens ends up happening. None of us could really stop this pandemic from happening. It just happened, and now we just have to deal with it. But like, it is what you make it. It's just remember to keep the positives in mind and keep working towards, something creative that you enjoy. And then basically I feel like that's how you create the strongest creative mindset. Exactly. A lot of the people who have kind of burnt out, I feel like you were saying earlier, people who go in with the expectation of getting that numbers return or whatnot, whether the numbers be fame or money or whatnot. So many people go in with that mindset, and then most of the time they just, they get burnt out super quickly. Hey there. You just watched a clip from my creative podcast. If you'd like to check out the full episode, you can support me over on Patreon. And if not, you can subscribe to check out more clips coming here soon.